Hi everyone, this is BotPlayerAI, and let's go to today's news. Resident Evil 9 is the upcoming 9th main installment in the long-running survival horror franchise by Capcom. The game is expected to be released in 2025, according to a reliable leaker known as Dusk Golem. The game will also be the final chapter of the trilogy that started with Resident Evil 7 Biohazard in 2017 and continued with Resident Evil Village in 2021. The game will feature a time jump, where Rose is now a young adult working for Chris Redfield, a veteran BSAA agent and a recurring character in the series. Rose will be the main playable character in RE9, and she will have some supernatural powers that will affect the gameplay. The game will also explore the origins and secrets of the Umbrella Corporation, the evil company that created the viruses and bows that plague the world. According to some rumors, Resident Evil 9 will be set in a ghost town in the West, where players will be able to explore caves, rivers, and a creepy forest area. The game will also have a strong influence from Southern Gothic horror and Lovecraftian themes, as well as references to previous games in the series. The game's symbol and logo will reportedly feature the moon, which will have a significant role in the plot and gameplay. The game is said to have been in development since 2018, making it one of the longest projects in the series' history. The game will also be closely tied to RE7 and RE8, forming a coherent and planned-out story arc. The game's writer is rumored to be Thomas Grip, who previously worked on horror games such as Soma and Amnesia: The Dark Descent. Resident Evil 9 does not have an official release date yet, but it is expected to come out in 2025. The game will likely be revealed next year, possibly at a major gaming event. The game will probably be available for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X/S, and PC, as well as other platforms that may emerge by then. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is the latest installment in the popular first-person shooter franchise, and it promises to deliver an immersive and thrilling experience for PC gamers. The game will launch on November 10 for PC on Battle.net and Steam, but players who pre-purchase the game digitally can get early access to the campaign mode starting from November 2. Modern Warfare 3 is optimized for PC performance, with over 500 customization options, 4K graphics, ultra-wide monitor support, and more. The game also supports NVIDIA DLSS 3 and Reflex technologies, which boost performance, image quality, and responsiveness. The game also features Ricochet anti-cheat software, which ensures a fair and secure gaming environment for all players. The official PC system requirements for Modern Warfare 3 are as follows. Minimum OS, Windows 10 64-bit, latest update. CPU, Intel Core i5-6600 or AMD Ryzen 5 1400. RAM, 8 GB. High-res assets cache, up to 32 GB. Video card, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 960/GTX 1650 or AMD Radeon RX 470. Video memory, 2 GB. Storage, SSD with 149 GB available space, 78 GB if COD HQ and Warzone are already installed. Recommended OS, Windows 10 64-bit, latest update, or Windows 11 64-bit, latest update. CPU, Intel Core i7-6700K or AMD Ryzen 5 1600X. RAM, 16 GB. High-res assets cache, up to 32 GB. Video card, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080Ti/RTX 3060 or AMD Radeon RX 6600 XT. Video memory, 8 GB. Storage, SSD with 149 GB available space, 78 GB if COD HQ and Warzone are already installed. Competitive/Ultra 4K specifications. OS, Windows 10 64-bit, latest update, or Windows 11 64-bit, latest update. CPU, Intel Core i7-8700K or AMD Ryzen 7 2700X. RAM, 16 GB. High-res assets cache, up to 64 GB. Video card, NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3080/RTX 4070 or AMD Radeon RX 6800 XT. Video memory, 10 GB. Storage, SSD with 149 GB available space, 78 GB if COD HQ and Warzone are already installed. PC players who pre-purchase Modern Warfare 3 digitally can preload the game before launch, so they can start playing as soon as possible. Preloading for campaign early access begins on November 1st at 9 a.m. Pacific Time, with early access going live on November 2nd at 10 a.m. Pacific Time. Preloading for the game's official launch, including multiplayer and zombies, begins on November 8th at 9 a.m. Pacific Time, with the full title going live on November 10th at 9 p.m. Pacific Time. For launch times in your vicinity, consult the PC launch map. Modern Warfare 3 is set to be one of the most epic and exciting games of the year, and PC players can expect a smooth and satisfying experience with the game's features and options. If you want to join the action, you can pre-purchase the game now and get ready for launch. Remedy Entertainment, the developer behind acclaimed games such as Alan Wake, Control, and Max Payne, has shared some news about its upcoming projects in a financial report. The studio is currently working on 4 games: Control 2, Max Payne 1 and 2 remakes, Condor, and Codename Vanguard. Control 2 is the sequel to the 2019 action-adventure game Control, which won multiple awards for its story, gameplay, and graphics. The game follows Jesse Faden, the director of the Federal Bureau of Control, a secret agency that deals with supernatural phenomena. Control 2 is expected to be more ambitious and expansive than its predecessor, and will continue to explore the mysterious world of the oldest house. According to Remedy, Control 2 is still in the proof-of-concept stage, which means that the studio is testing and validating the key elements of the game design and technology. Remedy said that it has seen good progress in both the designs and the game build, and that it will focus on proving the identified key elements before moving to the next stage and scaling up the team. Max Payne 1 and 2 are classic third-person shooter games that were originally developed by Remedy and published by Rockstar Games in 2001 and 2003 respectively. The games feature Max Payne, a former NYPD detective who becomes a vigilante after his family is killed by drug dealers. The games are known for their noir-style storytelling, bullet-time mechanics, and cinematic action sequences. Remedy announced earlier this year that it has partnered with Rockstar Games again to remake the first 2 Max Payne games for PC, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series X and S. The remakes will use Remedy's Northlight game engine, which was also used for Control and Alan Wake 2. Remedy said that the Max Payne remakes have progressed into the production readiness stage, which means that the studio has gained clarity on the style and scope of the game, and that it has an exceptionally well-organized team working on it. Condor is a 4-player co-op multiplayer game that is set in the same universe as Control. The game was announced in June 2021 as a collaboration between Remedy and 505 Games, the publisher of Control. Condor will expand on the gameplay and lore of Control, and will offer a service-based experience that players can engage with for years. Remedy said that Condor has also progressed from the proof-of-concept stage to the production readiness stage. The studio said that it has acquired valuable insights into developing service-based games, and that it is now in a better position to create a game that meets the expectations of its community. Codename Vanguard is a free-to-play cooperative PvE shooter that is being developed by Remedy in partnership with Tencent, one of the largest gaming companies in the world. The game was revealed in August 2020 as a new IP that will combine Remedy's narrative expertise and action gameplay into an immersive multiplayer experience. Remedy said that Codename Vanguard is still in the proof-of-concept stage, and that it is defining the next stages of the project with its publishing partner. The studio said that it aims to complete the proof-of-concept stage by the end of 2024. Remedy Entertainment is one of the most respected and innovative game developers in the industry, and it has a lot of exciting projects in the pipeline. The studio has recently released Alan Wake 2, which has received positive reviews from fans and critics alike. The game will also receive updates, new modes, and 2 expansions in 2024. Remedy said that Alan Wake 2 marks the first of many great new game launches enabled by its multi-project model, which it has built over the years. The studio also said that it plans to launch a new game per year starting from 2024, accompanied by additional free and paid content. This could mean that either Control 2 or the Max Payne remakes will launch in 2024. Michael Salvatori, the veteran composer who worked on multiple Halo and Destiny games, has reportedly left Bungie after 25 years of collaboration. His departure comes amid a round of layoffs at the studio, which also affected other staff members. Salvatori's website, which used to showcase his work on Bungie's games, now displays a simple message: "Gone fishin'." Another composer, Michael Seacrest, who also worked on Destiny, has updated his website with a similar message: "Gone fishin' with Salvatori." Salvatori joined Bungie in 1997, when he composed the music for Myth: The Fallen Lords. He then partnered with Marty O'Donnell to create the iconic soundtracks for the Halo series, starting with Halo Combat Evolved in 2001. The duo also formed their own company, Total Audio, which provided audio services for other games and media projects. In 2011, Salvatore became a full-time employee at Bungie, while O'Donnell remained independent. They continued to work together on the Destiny franchise, until O'Donnell was fired by Bungie in 2014. O'Donnell and Salvatore later sued Microsoft over unpaid royalties for their Halo music, and settled the case in 2020. Salvatore's last work for Bungie was the soundtrack for Destiny 2 and its expansions, including The Final Shape, which was recently delayed from February 2024 to June 2024. Bungie CEO Pete Parsons confirmed the layoffs on Twitter, calling it a sad day and praising the contributions of the affected employees. He also encouraged other studios to hire them, saying they are truly talented people. The reason for the layoffs is unclear, but some speculate that it may be related to Sony's acquisition of Bungie in July 2022. Sony paid $3.6 billion for the studio, which is known for its live game services and multi-platform ambitions. Bungie is currently working on Marathon, a sci-fi PvP extraction shooter that was announced in May for PS5, Xbox Series X/S and PC. The game has also been reportedly delayed to 2025. That's all the news for today, October 31, 2023. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. The links to all the subjects discussed in this video are available in the description below. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time.